Chewe always laughed at how her teacher taught the sounds of things she might never even see. It seemed silly. So what if a cow moos? In Kablonga, the only come as burgers anyway. But today, Chewe was excited. This 7-year-old had just ticked airplane off the list of things she learnt about but never saw. Soaring high above the ground, she couldn't wait to tell her friends it really doesn't make a whoosh sound. Simasiku and Mwaka, Chewe's mom and dad, were seated on either side of her, whispering naughty things to each other. The family was flying back from a vacation in Livingston, the first they had had since their daughter was born. What does daddy do? Simasiku joked with Chewe. Daddy works hard so mommy can spend all his money. Chewe replied louder than he expected. It was a running joke the two of them shared. Mwape didn't find it funny, but knowing her husband had a working relationship with their daughter helped her tolerate it. The trip was uneventful. Airport, home, dinner, work, and school prep. In the morning, Simasiku kissed his wife on the cheek, told his daughter he loved her, and left for work. Mwape was a stay-at-home mom who modeled sometimes and even tutored math at the local college, but nothing came close to her first job, being a mom. Simasiku got to the office earlier than he normally would. He greeted the gatekeeper the same way he had done for years. He used the same mug to get coffee out of the same pot and sat in his office. He was a habitual creature, and this made him a very efficient day trader. His success seemed to impress a lot of people on the board of directors, which bred tension between him and his supervisor. It was no secret that he would lose his job if he sneezed too hard, and the boss man heard it. The day went on as normal, except the occasional, "How was the vacation, chief?" One or two workmates would scream from across the room when they realized he had gotten back. Normal, repetitive, expected. Until Simasiku got a call into the manager's office. "I'll call you right back, honey. George wants to see me." His wife sighed on the other end of the call. "That man either wishes he was you or wishes he had you, I swear." Simasiku walked out of the office 45 minutes later, drained, distraught, confused. He walked past the same office he worked in for years, his feet suddenly aware of the misaligned towels shifting under them. His phone rang. It was his wife again. He had just gotten fired and couldn't find the courage to tell her. Simasiku walked into the house with the only smile he knew to fake. The one most people do when they are hoping no one can tell that they're breaking inside. A difficult, exhausting smile. "Hi, honey. How are you doing?" He kissed his wife on the cheek. "I have amazing news. And Chewe has some too," she exclaimed. Simasiku picked his daughter up and stared at her for a minute. "You and your mom are up to no good again, aren't you?" Chewe put out a closed fist, which she slowly opened, and it had a little tooth in the center of her palm. "I just lost my job, but at least I'm not losing teeth," he thought to himself. Then exclaimed out loud, "Well, we need to celebrate little milk teeth over here, so pizza, yes?" Later that day, as the family sat in the dining room having pizza for dinner, Simasiku remembered his wife being excited about something. "Honey, you haven't shared your good news yet," he probed. "So I didn't want to say anything until it was concrete, but I got a job modeling for Style Beauty." "Congratulations, baby. Why do you wait all afternoon to say this? When do you start? Do we have to get anything? I'm your support system. You are the blesser." "Well, I start tomorrow," Mwape responded. "Tomorrow?" "Mm-hmm. So you have to get Chair ready for school and yourself for work, if you don't mind, my king." "Of course, I'm married to a supermodel. All you have to do is ask." He smiled that smile again. There was no way he was going to bring the night down. It's always been said that men don't cry anyway. Early the next day, Mwape left the house before 5 in the morning to catch the first light. Simasiku woke up soon after, which was early, but not early enough. His daughter was standing at the foot of the bed looking grumpy. You're late, which means I'm late, and I don't like being late, Chewe whispered with a scowl. Oh my goodness, you're just as bad as your mother, Simasiku laughed. He went through the motions the exact same way he watched his wife do it: bathe, clothe, brush, feed. Yet for some reason, Chewe seemingly looked more put together when she was still in pajamas. Simasco decided to tough it out. He would hire someone before the end of the day, so there really was no reason to panic. Later in the afternoon, Simasiku watched his crying daughter drag herself off the school bus. What's wrong, baby? He said gently as he held Chewe tight. He knew that his daughter had some run ins with bullies lately, and his poor prep work in the morning was the reason she got picked on today. I want Mommy to dress me up tomorrow, Chewe said softly. He held on to both his daughter and his tears. How was he going to do this? 3 months later, Simasiku felt more confident about dressing his daughter and his wife. He learned to cook, draw, and pretend stuffed bears could participate in tea parties. Mwape found breakfast set each morning as she left for work and admired how quickly her husband had evolved into an aspiring chef. Chewe began to prefer her father's packed lunches and the fact that he taught her how to prepare herself for school. In the time he had to himself, Simasiku started writing a book. He called it Daddy's Day Off. It was the amalgamation of mommy issues all men should get to know. Somehow, this pet project managed to gain recognition by a small publishing house online, a few articles, and even social media influencers. Simasiku slowly found fulfillment in more than just the societal norm. Of course, it's a man's duty to provide, but provide what? In the 3 months of his unemployment, Simasiku learned to be present, to listen, to communicate, to lead, to serve, and to love. His book captured these lessons in ink and aimed to teach husbands and fathers that their homes need their efforts a lot further than their bank accounts.